We are with State Representative Jake Five from the 27th District. How are you doing?
Great.
So I have one very easy question for you today.
Yeah, okay.
Ferries.
So we just introduced a bill, I'm sponsoring the bill, that opens up the acquisition of new ferry vessels. We included in the budget 5 ferries to be procured, and in the setup that we have now, it is unworkable. It has a preference for locally built ferries, but the preference is a minor one, and we have to go through a whole process. And if the bid doesn't come in within 5% of the estimate from the WashDOT engineers, then we have to go to a national bid. So rather than going through that process, we're going to be more straightforward about it. We're going to do a national procurement. We're going to provide a percentage advantage for vessels that are built in the state of Washington, up to 10%. And we will also have the requirements that any builder of these vessels has to comply with environmental standards or equivalent to if it was built in the state of Washington. And we'll see what results. If the bids are good, we might have 2 contractors at the same time working on vessels because we need them a lot sooner than waiting for them to be produced one at a time. We have very antiquated vessels and they need to be replaced, and it costs us a lot of money to keep those vessels operating, and it's time to put in that new 5-vessel fleet and give our folks that use the ferries more surety about the quality of the vessel and that it can be on time. And we're going to incorporate best technology, and these are going to be electric hybrid ferries, so they will have less environmental impact.
So you and your seatmates had a town hall recently. How'd that go?
Went great. We had great attendance. A lot of great questions from the audience. We have a very supportive constituency in our district. They're very interested in policy. I had a very respectful dialogue on tough issues like some of the gun legislation that we passed out of the House, and questions about a lot of different topics. For me, there was some good questions about making sure that we had investments in active transportation. People are very interested in the build out of Highway 167 so that you can go pretty seamlessly between Puyallup and Tacoma by bike or walking, sort of a shared use trail. So that's some great questions, and everybody was really pleased. The 3 of us were certainly pleased with the dialogue that we had.